Hey team, Crystal Hive is live. Sorry if there's a lot of background noise. Got a 3D print going. Mistimed it, so it's going to be printing for probably the next 10-15 minutes. So I'm going to be muting my mic when I'm not talking. But welcome to the stream. We got Saturday, so I'm just going to be testing some SAS 66s today for the next round of the Cote 8 League. So I've got, the deck I'm looking to play here is called Field Marshal Hamilton. It's a decent amount of just amber production. It's not crazy. Doesn't have a key cheat that I remember. I'm not seeing one on the list. But it's got some, I love Silent Dagger. It's such a cool card for Shadows. Pretty straightforward Sanctum. Pretty straightforward Untamed. It's not doing anything crazy, it's just a lot of consistency is what is around that deck. Oh, I think the print's done. What? Okay, I guess I timed it a little better than I thought. There we go. We got C Minion. Sounds good. For those that aren't familiar, C Minion is one of the masterminds behind the Cote Leagues. I'm gonna mulligan. I don't like this for a starting hand. Oops. Boy, to start, I don't have anything to capture. I guess we're just going to start with Halakor, because that's the creature I'm less concerned about. If I lose it, it's not a big deal. And playing against Constantini of North Peak Cafe. It's got a Data Forge they just dropped, and then a Red Alert for some board clear. Double Infernus, double Inspector. So. And a Hysteria. So we're getting to the point where in this league at 66 is the next round. Starting to see some of the ridiculous plays that can happen. I am going to... Ooh, do they have any capture? Not really. So I'm going to go ahead and play Untamed. Let's drop the World Tree. Let's play Halakor, take out the Wormhole Tech, play Vigor, play Word of Returning. And for those tuning in, at the end of the stream and around 3 p.m. Mountain Time, so I'll probably start doing the drawing around like 2:45. if not slightly earlier, just depending on when my last match for the day ends. And I'll be raffling off a deck from each set. I don't know what those decks are yet. I haven't gone into my massive unorganized collection. But I will raffle off one deck from each current set. Okay, so let's go Raiding Knight, capture 1. There's no disc creatures out. I know they will have disc creatures, but I'm just going to play this for an Amber. Shield to Justice, because why not? Sergeant Zakiel. Ready Reap. And then Grey Monk. Draining Touch, take out my Zakiel. There's an Infernus. Yeah, they're just going to be on a purge spree here. They did already play Hysteria, so once the Infernus hits the table, it's going to stay. And they're most likely hitting my Halicore and Untamed creatures, so I can't use this World Tree effectively, which is what I would do. I'm going to stay in Sanctum, try and keep pushing tempo. So I'm going to fight, take out Infernus. I'm going to Reap to heal there, and then Inspiration Sequus to Reap and capture 1. Liking Piranha Monkeys right now. It's not going to hit the Groupthink tank. It is going to kill Daughter. I think I kind of want to hold that. So I'm going to go Shadows. I'm going to Oubliette Daughter. And I'm going to play Dodger. I can purge too. My card size just a little bit, so it's a little easier to see. I think that works just fine. Maybe down 1. That'll work. So as always, happy Saturday, everybody. Hope everyone's got some nice, relaxing plans for the weekend. Interesting. So all I did was fight 1, which what are they trying to set up here? probably another Infernus? Or a Red Alert? Maybe a Red Alert. I'm gonna go Untamed. My Piranha Monkeys are actually going to hurt me right now, but I'm gonna put them back on top of my deck. Gonna Nocturnal Maneuver, just exhaust that. Not gonna play Save the Pack just yet. I'm gonna drop my Murmook. And I'm gonna play Nature's Call. I'm not actually going to bounce anything. Yep, that's what they're setting up. They're setting up for a Red Alert. Kirby and Wells. Wells isn't able to grab anything. I want them to play one more creature. They're not going to. Lifeweb feels so bad. I feel if it was just if your opponent played 2 creatures, steal 1 Amber, I'd love Lifeweb so much more. Okay. I'm gonna go Shadows. Drop Seeker Needle. Drop Old Bruno. And then Dodger. Go ahead and fight into Chief Wells just to steal 1. Play Cutthroat Research. Ugh, okay. Well, woof. There goes Quintrino. Force Blue Key. If I go Shadows, boy. I'm tempted. Do I think I just get rid of this Untamed. So let's go Lifeweb. Let's play Piranha Monkeys. And then a Murmook. And I'm going to get rid of Save the Pack. And then I'm going to World Tree to grab my other... Let's see, I want to set up a Shadows turn, so I'm going to grab my Old Bruno. So Nature's Calling. Let's Excuse me. Nocturnal Maneuver are gone. Maybe Life Web. Let's go Shadows. Let's drop Old Bruno. Let's Seeker Needle and Furnace. I'm okay actually purging a card from my hand by killing Inspector here. So I'm going to drop a Silent Dagger there, drop a Silent Dagger there. I'm going to play a Pawn Sacrifice on Piranha Monkeys and Killer Board and get rid of my Reliquary. So they've hit most of my Untamed with the purges, which I'm okay with. My Hunting Witch does want to see some creatures, and I've lost one. So that's not the worst thing. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have 5 creatures in Untamed, so the Hunting Witch isn't going to do a lot of work anyway. I think that's kind of a ruse. Most of my deck wants to play out of Sanctum and Shadows. Okay with Academy training going there. That's fine. Yeah, they just gave me a card draw. So I'm going to go Shadows. I'm going to play... I don't really have that many artifacts left. Carlo Phantom, Seeker Needle in. Bruno's gonna Reap and hit that for 4. Gonna go and play Poison Wave, drop Mac the Knife, and hold that Miasma. I think this deck only has 3 artifacts. These 2, World Tree and Seeker Needle, and then the Whispering Reliquary has been purged. So... I think Shadows is still the right play here. So I'm going to Reap, do 4 to Lilithal, Seeker Needle to kill it. Reap with Mac the Knife, drop an Urchin, and I'm gonna hold Miasma because it's not gonna push me to checkmate, so I'd rather have it instead of not. So if I call Sanctum, I'm actually going to be losing, or they're going to steal an Amber. Let's go Shadows. I'm going to play Miasma. Going to Reap with Urchin. Let's go ahead and Seeker Needle Kincan, and then I'm going to use the action on Mac the Knife to hit Kincan and gain an Amber. So I'm at checkmate, 7 of 6. Don't think they have much control. They did just shuffle, so they might have pulled their Infernus. They've got Xeno training. Cutthroat Research isn't going to do anything for them. Data Forge might get them a key. Edile will bump my cost to 7, but I can still afford it. No, then now I'll just power, so that puts me out of Forge range. So I think I just go Sanctum and play Sequus, Remiel, Oath of Poverty. Get, what did I get? 4 amber off of that. 5 amber with the bonus pip. Terms of Redress, I'm gonna capture on Sequus. And then Mac the Knife. Let's have him fight Edie. Check at 13 of 6. Hey, Manadork. Kicking it old school with the Mortal Kombat there. Toasty! They might have Xeno training. They don't have a Garcia, so they can't increase my key cost that way. Nope. G and G. This deck's okay. It's not wowing me. It's not something that I think is going to be fast enough or have enough control for the longer games that it endures. So just gonna retire it before things even get started. Mute spectators. Okay. How's your Saturday going, Manadork? I think I'm just gonna start joining random games. Don't really care about the SAS matchup right now. I think I more need to just get reps and learn these decks. That's a nice starting logo, so I'm gonna keep. So this is the fossil that feudally takes out cards. It's got double common cold, which is a weird card. It doesn't see a lot of play, but it's a good card. Put that up there. Let's go logos, drop the library, drop an Escatera, a Smoko, and a Bat Drone. Gotta build that dresser. Congrats on expecting the little one. Ooh, that's a nice Lethalogica. An amber and 2 draw pips. I am going to go Shadows. Let's oubliette that Quixo, drop a Magda, and a Dodger. I don't know, you should see, between my wife and I, we both have quite a lot of clothes, but most of them we probably don't wear that often, so we should downsize. But yeah, the real aspect is everyone wants to help your baby get clothes, but no one wants to help take care of them and change diapers. They just want to give you clothes and books and toys and stuff. kinds of archiving, okay. I think Logos is gonna be the right call here. Let's go draw a card. Let's reap. Play Dexter. Phase shift into a regrowth to grab my bat drone and play the bat drone back out. As always, I should probably check what my opponent's list scores as. They're playing a drumroll 68, so this is actually going to be a pretty good test of what my deck can do against like-scored decks. That's a sneaky trick. Discard cards and then grab it back with Resurgence just to get some archives. That's cool. I think I'm going to stay in Logos, draw a card. Transposition Sandals. That's a card I never really get good play out of. I'm gonna put that on Dodger. Yeah, Dodger seems like the good choice. And then I'll reap with Dexter and save the Graft. I think this would actually be a good time for Save the Pack. Let's do it. Let's go Untamed. Save the Pack. Then an Ancient Bear and a Niffleape. Check at 6. Go blue key. Let's go shadows. No to my archives. Let's bait and switch. Oh, they have Discombobulator. Oh, that's what I get for looking at my phone. Okay, well that didn't go well. Okay, so what should have happened is I should have used the action to swap with Ancient Bear. Ancient Bears. You sure? I'm gonna undo some stuff here. So I'm gonna cancel that. Then I'm going to select a card. Use the ability, swap them back. Okay. I'm gonna go take that back. Let's see. So I want to boy. My opponent's like, why you want to change houses? Well, because you can't see my hand, man. I'm gonna go Logos, actually. So I'm gonna first draw a card. I'm just gonna reap with Dexter, and then I'm gonna play Graft. Sorry, I got distracted by rewinding all that stuff. Yeah, so my wife works in childcare, and they call it the COVID baby boom, just because of all the coronavirus pregnancies. It's very real. Lock people inside all the time, they're gonna get bored and they're gonna make babies. Don't start talking about babies. You're gonna get Goober all ready for baby talk. Honestly, that's not a bad thing. Oh boy, that deck is nasty. So I guess let's go Untamed. No to the archives. Let's Common Cold. Common Cold. I'm gonna drop an Ancient Bear. Let's see, Assault 2. Niffle Ape ignores. Elusive. So I'm gonna fight Daughter. I'm gonna fight and kill Daughter with the Assault. I don't know. I'm thinking like I've always wanted two, but as a non-parent currently, I've got two fur babies, but that's it. 2 or 3 is where I'd like to be. I don't want a huge family, but I don't want a single child. I'm 34, and my wife is almost 30. So we're getting up there too, but I mean, we kind of grew up in a generation where I hate to be stereotypical, but like sociologically speaking and economically speaking, people in their low 30s to, was it up to 18, I think, is millennials, or maybe 20, 21. Grew up in a generation where we weren't able to build nest eggs as quickly as our parents, so we weren't able to get savings going as quickly. So a lot of us in the millennial generation are much older first-time parents than previous generations. So it's an interesting mix. I'm going to go shadows, though. I'm not going to win this game, so I'm just going to do what I can do. So let's bait and switch. I'm going to finishing blow. And then relentless whispers. Steal a whole bunch of amber there. I think the cutoff for millennials currently is if you're 35. 35 going to be 36. So I think you're just outside that. Hey Mortivis. We're talking about babies. Manadork just shared that he is going to be having a second child any day now, so we're all happy and scared for him all at once. And I'm going to finish this game like a fucking boss and go Way of the Wolf, Fog Bank, and finish with a key charge. GG, bro! Cool. I actually liked this deck. I'm going to give this one another go. Let's pull it back up. The fossil that futilely takes out cards. With and without the internet. No, that's millennial too, because the internet didn't exist until, at least the internet didn't publicly exist until I was, I want to say 7. So my younger years had no internet. I remember my parents bought me Encyclopedia Britannicas, and I asked for them, and then the internet came out, and my mom was like, well, that was a waste of a bunch of money. But I think mostly Gen Zers and then the older part of millennials have both lived with and without internet. And hey, Orion, what's up? Chat is hopping today. I'm going to pull up the deck list here. So I'm giving a test to the fossil that futilely takes out cards. It's got an so amber control wise, has an interdimensional graft, an effervescent principle. Me yawning all over the place. It's got a bait and switch, a dodger, a finishing blow, Magda the rat, nerve blast, relentless whispers, and an urchin. So pretty consistent, pretty telltale Call of the Archons Shadows list. It's really just missing too much to protect. Untamed has actually quite a bit of amber pips. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 amber pips and a key charge. Hashtag triggered. It is kind of funny that I'm playing the deck with 2 common colds. Oh, I totally missed what Goober said. It just scrolled too fast while I was playing my turns. I'm going to keep the hand because that's a nice start. I can attest to that every day. Goober's like, babies, 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 babies. And I'm just like, yeah, did you see what I 3D printed today? I want babies though. Let's not confuse that. Honestly, Manadork, that is incredibly accurate. She'll just sit and listen and enjoy conversations going on, but the moment babies come into topic, she's like, the fact that the stream chat is 100% baby talk right now probably just made my wife's entire day. I'm going to go... Mark. I'm gonna go shadows. Drop my silver tooth. Let's subtle maul. Let's seeker needle, and I'm going to reap. I just want to have the phenomenon where our firstborn child is born with a beard. Because... yeah, unfortunately, Orion, you have failed to outgrow the gremlin look. I'm sorry. I just remember in my high school sex education class, they made us watch a childbirth video, and there was one kid who ended up being voted our class clown, but whatever. During the movie, it was just this disgusting mass of, childbirth, disgusting mass of bodily fluids and mucus, and he just goes, what if the baby's ugly? Can you just, like, put it back in? I've never laughed so hard because he genuinely was asking that question. Alright, let's play Dodger. Let's salt them all. Let's Seeker Needle. Actually, one of the podcasts I love listening to, Stuff You Should Know, was talking about the science of cute. And there's actually a whole bunch of science backing about the fact that the human race has survived purely because people think that babies are cute, so they want to care for them. Because human babies are unbearably dependent. They are the most parent-dependent mammal on the world. Let's see. Let's go. Logos. I'm gonna hit EP. What did you say now, man? You're really testing my mods. You added a term to my ban list yesterday. You just got ripped for I don't even know what. Yeah, you get censored a lot. I'm glad you're making sure that my mods actually work is what's happening. So good to know they're working. I think it hasn't happened recently, but I mean, Goober's worked in childcare for a very long time. And there's one day, I want to say like 2 or 3 years ago, she came home from work and had baby spit up on her back. I was like, is that puke? And she goes, oh, probably. And just left it. It's just the nature of working with kids. Kids are bodily fluid and bodily function factories. I think, yeah, sorry, about the podcast, it was talking about how humans, if humans are able to gestate their babies as long as most other mammals, human babies would be born at their chronological equivalent of roughly 9 months. So they'd gestate for 18 months. And at that point, like, they're generally not throwing up as much. They can have a slightly different diet. Like, childcare would be very different if humans were able to gestate as long as most other mammals. Let's go untamed. And cooperative hunting, boom. Save the pack, and fog bank. $18 months would be a nightmare. I would feel so bad for any woman that had to endure that. Let's do that and a bat drone. This is a slow starting game. Well, and so the podcast stuff you should know is, it's not experts that know all this information. They just spend a week researching a topic and talk about it. And they're very self-aware, just like, hey, we might have got some stuff wrong. If there are professionals out there that know for a fact, we messed some stuff up, please let us know. All that kind of stuff. So they're very open about the information they gather, but they do research really well. And they were talking, in order for a biological female to birth an 18-month-old baby, so the 9-month gestation plus the additional 9 months for like the full mammalian gestation, a woman's hips. So I mean, this is getting kind of into a mate selection, which is a little bit of my research background. But so the average human female in America, their waist is a 38, I want to say. 38 inches circumference. In order for them to birth an 18-month baby, their waist would need to be almost 52 inches. And that would need to be the increase of the pelvic floor, pelvic openings, all that nonsense. So I just imagine how much larger humans in general would need to be in stature and just bone structure. And my brain went down a really weird spiral when I was listening to that. Yeah. And it's not like you would be that large because you're overweight. You would just be that large because your body needs to. Goober, you gotta resubscribe. Your 2-month just expired, it looks like. Let's go Subtle Maul. I'm going to Relentless Whispers, Seeker Needle, Finishing Blow. No fucking thank you is right. I would not want that. Let's go Logos. I'm not gonna take my archives because bait and switch isn't gonna work. Well, that's weird. Yeah, because your little alien thing just disappeared from one of your messages, but it's back now. Mortivis, you're back. You subbed. Okay. Do that. How is baby formed? Well, that's the funny thing. So, Goober is in child care, like professionally, and my research is on human sexuality. And I went to grad school for a relationship and intimacy therapy and counseling. So, you're never gonna win slots, Orion. Just keep spending your points. It's fine. Let's go library access. Let's go phase shift. Let's draw a card. Let's play a neutron shark. Let's hit that Nepenthe seed. Let's hit that seeker needle. Let's hit the bat drone. Let's hit the neutron shark. And then I'm going to play, or actually I'm going to reap. What do I want to play? I don't really want to drop Magda because, I guess, do I? I'm going to play Magda. Is it asking me? Oh, because I don't want to play Graft. I'm gonna laugh hysterically if you win, Orion, and it ends up being like you've probably spent at least 1,000 amber trying to run the slots. I'm gonna laugh if your payout's like, here's 250. It'll make it all worth it. Blue key. I'm just gonna go shadows. Not take my archives. It's Magda Reap. Urchin will steal 1, and Subtle Maul is gonna discard a Lost in the Woods. I do have to say, this deck is very slow, so I'm not quite sure how it's going to pan out against other faster decks. I mean, I do have quite a bit of steel. The Wrinkled Farmer, that's a funny name. This is I'm playing against a 64, so again I'm playing against something roughly in the right ballpark. Actually, I don't even... What's errata about Magda? I don't remember her ever being corrected. Was she a destroyed instead of a leave play? I don't think that's true, because Magda the Rat is in one of my original Call of the Archons. Is one of my original Call of the Archons decks, and she's always been when she leaves play. I don't think that errata trigger works, Mortivus, unfortunately. And I don't want to play the Common Cold because... oh boy. Whatever. I think I just need to get rid of my hand, so I'm just going to play it. So, Untamed. Let's just go Common Cold. Yeah, we're going to steal. Play the Common Cold, Bear and Monkey and Fogbank. Now I'm curious though, I am gonna try and look it up. Let's see, I've got it on my Google Drive here somewhere. Oh, there's the rule book. Everyone got a peek at the rule book. Actually, so there is an errata for Magda, so let's see. And then compare that to what her text currently reads. Actually, so they've got that updated. So if I go here, yeah, it's not anything functional. It's just leaves play is, yeah, instead of a triggered ability, it's a passive. So it's if she leaves play, your opponent steals 2 versus leaving play. Pause play, resolve her leave play ability. So that's all they did. They just clarified the wording. I'm gonna go Untamed. Let's not take the archive. Let's reap. Way of the Wolf to give Niffle Ape Skirmish, so that's Key Charge for the yellow, and turn. And that sets me up nice for a bait and switch turn. Yeah, that's the thing. I do know how a lot of the Call of the Archons steel works, but I don't remember the errata from a lot of them. I know bait and switch is the common one. But past that, most of them didn't get touched or changed too much. Coded display. If I go shadows, I steal 2. And then hopefully they get more amber for a nice graph. So I'm going to do that. Shadows, take my archives, bait and switch. Shadow Self, let's put that next to the bear. And let's have him discard a card. They lost their war chest, which isn't that big of a deal. So let's go logos. Let's go ahead and drop Graft. Draw a card. Play Dex. Actually, I'm not going to play Dexter. We're just going to discard you. We're going to play Twin Bolt Emission, get rid of both Bat Drones. And Escatera, I'm going to keep, because that'll give me 2 Amber next time I play him. And I draw right back into the Graft again. Yeah, they generally do for the erratas. They're able to redo the wording. They don't. The only one that they've functionally changed is Bait and Switch. There's a couple other that are close where you can make the argument they functionally changed, but really it was they clarified the wording so the card can be adapted and played properly. Mermook. I just keep going Untamed here. Fog Bank. Regrowth. To grab my Niffle Ape back, I'm going to fight to get rid of the Mermook. And then drop the rest of my Untamed and hope they don't have an answer. Martian Generosity is pretty... I think... the fact that you draw 2 cards... What is it? Draw 2 cards per Amber you lose is, I think, the broken part. I think it should be draw 1 card for each Amber you lose. Library Access... Yeah, it got changed to Purge upon play instead of being able to play it and then Nepenthe Seed it and play it again. I think that Genka, the fact that you can have multiple key abductions in the same deck as a Martian Generosity is an algorithm error. I think if you have a Martian Generosity and key abduction, it's limited to 1 key abduction per deck that contains Martian Generosity. I think that would be a fair fix. And Library Access used to be where you could recur it. That's how I lost and got knocked out of the top 16 in the Vault Tour. Is I was playing against Lands deck, Library Access Nepenthe Seed with 3 Mothers. That felt terrible. They had an innate 9 cards in hand, and then they would just play Library Access, Nepenthe Seed it back to their hand, and then play it again. And every card they played would draw 2 cards. Plus they had card draw ability. It was disgusting. I don't think Alpha would have necessarily corrected library access. I think alpha, it would have been different because, yeah, you can draw library access mid-turn and still play it, but I don't think, like, anyone who really wants to get use out of library access, the moment they draw it, if it was an alpha card, they would just stop their turn right then and there and then pick Logos again the next turn. So it's, you get a little less playability out of it, but I don't think alpha would have necessarily fixed it. Well, so lands isn't a thing anymore because once you play library access, it gets purged. But if you had alpha in Coda, yes, that would have corrected the lands issue. I really just, I took a gamble. We all knew lands was a meta at that time. It wasn't like it was a surprise. This deck does something we've never seen before. I took the gamble and ended up playing a deck that didn't have much Amber control. I didn't manipulate the 3-deck survival system where a lot of people intentionally forfeited a match just to get to their last deck. I didn't do that. I didn't want to game the game. I didn't want to play the system. I just wanted to see how far I could get with the decks I won with. And I just got paired up with an artifact-dependent deck without any artifact control. So I just lost to a matchup. I still got 2 keys. I think I was at 2 keys and 4 Amber at the time they got their 3rd key. So I put up a really good fight. Just couldn't squeak out the win. Well, the correction to library access didn't come until the Age of Ascension rulebook change, I believe. Sorry, I'm going to get into another game here. New game, mute spectators. So I'm 2-0 with this fossil deck. I'm going to try the Torpid Governor now. The Torpid Governor. Nothing fancy out of Dis or Shadows. Star Alliance is pretty nice. I love General Order 24. It's a nice board control that a lot of people freak out about because it's a little odd to play around. But I've got double Ronnie Wristclocks, double Simon, double Yancey Gang. Hunter or Hunted is a fun card. You can move a ward over or ward a creature. I think Alpha and Omega, definitely. Alpha and Omega, I'm not playing against Pawn. We talked about how I'm gonna Q dodge them. Alpha and Omega can definitely impact the game. And I think what Orion's saying is it's a really cool mechanic that I think is underused because they're not using it properly. If you put them on really broken cards, just by making them Alpha or Omega, it balances them because you can only play them at, like, I'm trying to think of First Blood in Brobnar. Do 2 damage per Brobnar creature in your battle line. Because that's Alpha, it doesn't generally do a ton of damage. If that wasn't Alpha, you could drop a massive Brobnar board and then dump like 10, 12, 14 damage. Manadork. Yes, these are all decks that I actually own. So these are all decks that are in my possession, somewhere in my collection. My collection is now in the living room and with the game shelf out there. I've got the cardboard 4-column storage boxes that people use for like their Magic the Gathering collections. I've got 3 of those. They're about 2.5 boxes full. So I'm going to start a new game. Let's try this all again. Gargantus Scrapper sucks. What other alphas suck? Trying to think. The alpha I love is Eureka. It's a really good alpha. I think the risk of archiving other Logos cards is worth the 3 amber benefit. It's a good risk for the 3 amber benefit. Binate Rupture is a pretty decent use of alpha. So I think the Logos alphas are fine. I think the other houses end up not doing so well. There is not that I know of Manadork, but I am nowhere near most collectors. 2 to 3 boxes per set done. That's all I need. I'm not going to name drop, but those that are frequents of the Keyforge Facebook group, the big main Keyforge Facebook group, there is one player that has over 4,000 decks. To do the math, that's over $40,000 worth of Keyforge decks. Just dangling that carrot there. Let's go. I'm gonna go Shadows. Let's drop Whisper and drop Yancey Gang. And I don't think all of those decks actually are bought at retail. I don't think they're all bought from display boxes. Most are, but I imagine there's a couple decks in that collection that are a couple $100 each. So we're looking at probably $41,000, $42,000 worth of Keyforge. Generally, I feel if I buy 2 to 3 boxes per set, I've got a nice handful of pretty aggressively strong decks in different ways. So at that point, I don't need to fish for 50 amazing decks. If I've got about 5 great competitive decks across all my collection, I'm fine. Let's go Dis, let's go Obsidian Forge, let's Draining Touch this Vinda, let's Buzzle to go to the right, and I'm not going to use Buzzle's Purge. Let's just see how my print looks. Okay. I don't really want to give them time to build here and get the card draw off Titan Guardian. So I'm going to go Dis, Reap with Buzzle, play 3 Fates, just clear the board, and then drop Adarome. Right? We all have our vices. Some people, it's more publicly known than others. Yeah, I just recently repaired my filament printer. I've just been doing a ton of calibration tests because I have a huge project that I'm going to start printing here. That's probably going to take me from print to cleaning and fabrication and construction, probably a month to print and build, and then I have to paint it. So we're looking at probably like a 3-month project. Let's drop a Ronnie and call that good. 40K definitely will hit your wallet pretty hard. Oh man, let's go. I'm gonna go Star Alliance. Let's drop Car and Kirby. Let's put cloaking dongle on Car, and I don't have anything to benefit off Kirby. Excuse me. And I don't play any miniatures games. There is one that I kickstarted. I kickstarted the Grid Wars Kickstarter by the team that makes the Titanforge and Cyberforge 3D printable Patreon. And so they've got Grid Wars, which is a miniatures game, but you can use the models they released for the Cyberforge for that game. So it's not a huge investment because I'm already backing that Patreon. So I'm already getting the models for the game. And so what I backed through the Kickstarter was just the rule set. You get a few extra unreleased models and then some terrain pieces. So I think I paid $30 for that rule set. So it's not going to break the bank whatsoever. What's going to break the bank is all the painting I need to do. So all the paints, the nice brushes, not so much the time investment. That's not a huge thing. That's something I can do while relaxing. Let's go Yancey Gang and Simon, and let's ward Simon. Manadork, do you watch Airbrush? That's the dream, right? Sounds like you got yourself a keeper. Let's go Lilithal and then Scullion. Let's kill that Lilithal and let's drop another Lilithal. Yeah. I do want an Airbrush, but I'm working on perfecting some of my brush skills before I dive into the airbrush setup. Where Goober and I live, we currently rent, so we don't own yet. But once we own, we both have plans for a massive, awesome game dungeon / basement or room. A craft area where I can do all my painting, and I build RPG terrain out of foam and cardboard and stuff, where I can do all that building. And then it's off camera, but she also makes resin dice, handmade resin dice, so she can have a setup for her shop too. So we've got a lot of plans for when we are able to purchase a house. Well, we're going Star Alliance. They are abusing the fuck out of my board, so I'm going to drop this General Order 24. One day. But sorry, I totally distracted myself. I was about 40K, just being super expensive. Do you watch, what's his channel? I'm going to totally blank on the name. This is so embarrassing. Hold on. I gotta hop on my YouTube here. Squidmar. There we go. If you ever watched Squidmar on YouTube, he did a video on the most expensive Warhammer model that exists in the world. I don't play 40K or anything Warhammer, so whatever. I think it's called a Nighthawk. But he paid $25,000 for it. And it's a metal model, so it's old school. And I think he said it took him 2 weeks to build it from start to finish. Or I don't know if he's finished it, but he said it'll probably take him about 2 weeks to build it start to finish. And that's just, it blows my mind how expensive that model is, but I think they only made 500 ever. And this one was unbuilt. It was never put together or anything. It was just in the box, so it's in mint condition too. Well, let's go Star Alliance. Let's drop Garcia. Can. Let's bounce Garcia and make it even more expensive. I have a feeling my opponent's playing a very strong deck here. Valkyrie of the Anti-Chapel Streets. No, it's a 62. Okay. They're just kicking my ass. I don't like this deck at all. It's not trying to do anything. It's just... yeah. It's just... I was gonna GG this. I don't feel like finishing it. I don't like how this deck's playing at all, and I don't know what it's trying to do. So we're just gonna abandon ship there and remove it from the collection here. I was gonna queue for another one, but it's about midstream, so I'm gonna pop out for a quick break, and I will be back in about 5 minutes. And I'll be playing, I'm probably going to be testing more of the deck that I am really leaning toward playing this round, so I'll get back to that in just a few minutes. Heck, that wasn't quite a full break, but the deck that I want to play, I'm gonna pull up the DOK because I really like this deck. Been having a ton of fun with it. It's really fun for the rank. So it's the snake that celebrates corruption. So we're looking at a 54 arc, which is average. Even for higher tier decks, it's probably on the lower end of average for them. A lot of higher tier decks end up having some pretty good synergy. But one anti-synergy, which if I come in here, so Harbinger of Doom has a pretty high anti-synergy rate because I have a high creature count at 20. Also get a few points for having a 3 fates when I've got creatures with 6 to 7 power. And then some more anti-synergy because I have some creatures with 5 power. So 3 fates will most likely hit at least one of my creatures every time I play it. And then the last bit of it is I've got 2 or less power, so Poison Wave will kill a decent amount of my creatures. Quadricorder, I don't get why Quadricorder... I need to talk to the DOK team because Quadricorder can go on my opponent's creatures and it has the same effect. So this, I don't feel Quadricorder should be an anti-synergy now that I'm looking at it. And then Hysteria because I've got a high creature count again. So a lot of my anti-synergy is just from my creature counts, which I can generally play around, and if my opponent's clearing the board, it's not too much of an issue. I'm able to play cards at convenient times, and if I'm holding it for too long, I just discard it. My strongest house is tie between Dis and Star Alliance. So Dis, I've got Hecatomb, which is great, especially when I've got Imp Specters. So I've got 2 of those, a Harbinger and an Obsidian Forge. Where did it go? There it is. So I can kill a lot of my Dis creatures that have destroyed effects on command. I can also kill them by playing Scullion. So I've got a lot of ways to kill creatures. I have a Brend the Fanatic, which that can benefit from that as well. Runny Risk Clocks, I can play them and then kill them right away and get them back in my deck. And then a whole bunch of bullshit in Star Alliance that when it lines up is broken. But it doesn't line up all the time, so it's nice to know the deck doesn't rely on it. So it's got... my voice is going all over the place today. It's got Transporter Platform with 2 Garcias. So if I've got a Transporter Platform out and ready, I can increase my opponent's key cost by 2-3 times. So by 6, so I can double the cost. I've got a bunch of Amber Pipped upgrades. So actually by a bunch, I've got 2. But I've got 2 Cloaking Dongles and an Encounter Suit and a Force Field, so sorry, 3 Amber Pipped upgrades. Bounce those with Transporter Platform. I've got Encounter Suit to protect a creature against board clears or direct damage. And then Quadricorder to help increase key cost. So I've got an okay amount of Amber control, in addition to some Amber key taxing. But without further ado, let's go 66 SAS or below, please. Sure, I'll allow spectators, but I will mute them. And I'm going to bring up there the snake that celebrates corruption. And as a reminder, in about an hour-ish, I'm going to be doing the drawing for my giveaway for everyone that is a follower or subscriber to my channel. And that's a big old thank you for everyone helping me get to the 100 mark. The next big hurdle is the 250 mark. Twitch rewards at 200, but I'm aiming for that 250. And by rewards, I mean I just get an achievement. Nothing happens past that, but... oh boy. I'm going to I'm gonna mulligan this. This is a rough starting hand. Inspector Dendrix is okay. I get a lot of use out of Inky Gloom, actually. It's a card that I never really liked, but seeing Inky Gloom in this deck, like if my opponent has a really good board and they're about to, like if they could reap to get to checkmate or potentially a key charge, Inky Gloom is just, nope, you're not getting Amber that way. Give me one more turn to try and deal with it. Ooh, Collector Worm though. That's going to hurt. Oh boy. That's a shitty start. Oh man. That's a rough start. So I'm gonna go Shadows. Let's drop Selwyn. I don't care about Selwyn too much. Yep, this is gonna be a fucking nightmare. So, oh god, oh Jesus, let's just get rid of all my Shadows creatures. Honestly, those are the least impactful. And Jesus Christ, I play 2 Shadows, I draw 2 Shadows. I play 2 more Shadows, I draw 2 more Shadows. Fuck you, TCO. That is not how probability works. At all. They're just gonna abuse this Mars, unfortunately. Yep. That's what's gonna happen, and I have to keep playing. Ah, boy. This is a fucking train wreck right now. It's not even funny. Let's drop a Ronnie and I'm just gonna draw 2 more Shadows? No, okay. So 3 Fates should handle the Collector Worm, depending on what they play. If they go Mars again, I was gonna say, if they went Mars again, I would be concerned they're kind of backing themselves into a wall. Streak, Charette. So I can't play 3 Fates right now. It's not gonna do anything. I'm gonna go Star Alliance. Let's play Lay of the Land. For Hot Trash, let's put Obsidian Forge at the bottom. No, Snatching Brand wouldn't be bad. I mean, I'm drawing... Against the Collector Worm start, I have drawn some of the most atrocious start. So I'm going to start with putting Binding Irons on the bottom, and then Obsidian Forge Lilithal. So then that's Cloaking Dongle, Ronnie, and then Force Field Ronnie, just to see what my opponent does. Honestly, this is a bad start. Probably the worst I've ever had with this deck. And it's not because of what I'm drawing, other than TCO think it's funny for me to play 2 Shadows and draw 2 Shadows for 2 turns in a row. The bad start is because of the Collector Worm versus what I have. Yeah, so that's why I put it on Ronnie, is because Ronnie would die if he attacked him. And then they changed it so Collector Worm doesn't... So Collector Worm used to search the discard for the target that it killed. And they corrected that. So that's why I put everything on Ronnie, is because Ronnie would die. Yeah, I gave him elusive. He also cold a weaked him, but... okay, yeah, I gave him elusive, but whatever. it worked out. It worked out. My thought process was sound, kind of. Let's see. I'm gonna go Dis. Let's go Obsidian Forge. Right now, what I would kill would be Charette, Sky Booster, and Brend, which is fine. That's fine with me, because then I'll steal 3. So let's go 3 Fates. Charette, Sky Booster, Brend. So I get 4, because I get the Amber off Charette as well. And let's go Lilithal and Dendrix. I'm going to hold Imp Spectre. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I don't want Imp Spectre to go out and then get bounced or something to happen to Imp Spectre without me being able to immediately destroy him. So I wanted to wait for my Obsidian Forge to ready so I could trigger the Imp Spectre on my own if I wished. And yeah, they're just going to abuse this Mars here. And they're playing a 55 right now. 55 SAS, so I'm not too worried about this matchup. But problem being, let's see, if I go Dis again, I'm gonna Reap, Binding Irons, let's Imp Spectre, and I'm going to Hecatomb. Nice, I hit their Swindle on the Imp Spectre. So I'm at check, I have no creatures in play, so they can't do any Mind Warper bullshit. And I do have the Harbinger Obsidian Forge combo, so I can board clear. Sorry, trying to coordinate selling something to someone and they're messaging me now. I'm like, I'm streaming, chill out. Yeah, I need to play this Dis turn this way. Thank you. Just need to get rid of that worm, because I knew my Star Alliance was coming up and I do not want to lose those Star Alliance creatures. So let's go. I'm gonna go Shadows first. Let's Mug and hit Knuckles for 2. I don't want to play the Star Alliance yet because I can't protect them, and Knuckles has Skirmish. So whichever one I'm not able to ward with Medic Ingram, they would just Skirmish and kill it. Why did they not? Weird. Okay. So now I'm going to Star Alliance. I'm going to drop Chief Engineer Wells to fish for an upgrade. I'm going to take the Cloaking Dongle. So let's go ahead and play Garcia. Then let's play a cloaking dongle on Garcia. Medic Ingram is going to ward Garcia, and then Encounter Suit's going to go on. Let's keep it on Garcia. So I'm going to go Starlance again. Let's have Wells Reap. Grab the force field. Put the force field over here on Ingram. This is where it starts getting nasty. Because I want to put Explore over. Let's just play it as a creature. And then another Garcia. Let's put a cloaking dongle on Ingram. Let's reap and reap. So I'm going to use Medic Ingram to ward there. And then I get a reap from Force Field. And checkmate at 7 of 6. Cool. Sure, I'll rematch you. We'll see how this goes. We'll see if they don't get a collector worm start. Oh boy. Yep, there we go. Transporter platform. Yes, please. Okay, Zorgon Think Drone. I'm gonna go Shadows, drop a Poison Wave, and then a Vinda. J-Vinda, sorry. Everyone got all quiet. Chat just went. Man, let's go Starlance, I guess. Heal and ward myself with an Encounter Suit and a Quadricorder. I'm not gonna pester you all for having real lives. You're at least tuning into the channel and listening to my sweet sultry voice. I've just been staring at my 3D printed calibration cube. Next up on the print list is a calibration tower and then a kitty cat. Print. See, when I'm talking normally, I don't believe that. But if I come up here and talk like this, I think this can be pretty relaxing. How was that? Everyone enjoy that creepiness? Let's go this. I'm gonna go 3 Fates. Gleeful Mayhem. Hecatomb. I've always been told especially in high school and college, I was told a lot that I have a very monotone voice, and I just don't think those people listen to me at all. I've got a pretty distinct range to my voice. You ready, Mark? Don't look behind you. I can smell your fear. And this is even with a shitty microphone. I need a much better microphone. No! Throwing stars. So now a nice thing I can do with Hysteria, if my Ronnie wrist clocks is able to stay out, which it was, I can bounce it. I don't have any way to keep them off a key right now, so I am going to just bounce my creatures. Let's go Binding Chains, let's go Hysteria, and then Dendrix and Imp Spectre. Not getting a very good lineup. I do have this really nice walls into transporter platform, which can unfortunately not grab me. It's not going to grab me any upgrades that are pipped, so I'm not going to get much use out of it. But that is a really fun combo of play, bounce, play again, get another upgrade. On 3 of 6. Okay, I need to go. I think I do need to go Star Alliance. I'm going to drop Engineer Walls. I'm going to pull back the Quadricorder. Go Cloaking Dongle there. Bounce him. Play Walls again. Grab my Encounter Suit. Cloaking Dongle. I'm going to put the Quadricorder on the Stormcrawler. Gonna play Explorover and then Encounter Suit on Walls. See what they do. I know they're most likely not going to want to remove their Stormcrawler from the board. So that's why I chose that as the Quadricorder target. And then if I play Shadows, it increases their key cost by 1 more. Yeah, they're just going to fight it off the board, which I'm okay with because it slows the Reap down. Let's go Shadows. Drop Brend, then a Hugger Mugger, and a Ronnie. So check at 7 of 6. Lights out, so Brend and Hugger Mugger go back to hand. Hugger Mugger's okay. Brend, that sucks. So it's forged blue key. I'm gonna go Dis, drop the Obsidian Forge. Imp Specters. I'm actually gonna Reap with them because I am behind on tempo. And even if it's stunned, I'm okay with that because I can just nuke it with my Obsidian Forge. I can also reap with my current dis, drop the Harbinger, and then hit the Harbinger and get a hard board clear. I do need to be careful of that because that will reset their key cost to cost 6. So they got rid of my Ronnie. And they cleared the board, so okay. Ooh, do I want to abuse? Do they have a key cheat is the question. They do not. I think I just need to get shadows out there. Bren's going to drop, give him 1, but then I'm going to capture it. And I'm going to play a bad penny. So they've got all kinds of reap hate. They had Stormcrawler and then an Amber Imp. So they are on check. If I'm do my dis board clear, I'll steal 3 and put myself in check. They'll gain 1 back, so they'll be at 4. I think the best play here is Star Alliance. I'm gonna go Garcia, other Garcia, force field on Garcia, bounce Garcia, play this force field over there, play this Garcia back over there. So their key cost is 12. And they board cleared again. They've got 2 unlocked. Okay. And you are welcome, Conquer. Thanks for lurking. Thanks for lurking. Thanks for tuning in. I don't really thank people for lurking, but you're here and you made a comment, so you're no longer lurking. I'm going to... Boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's go shadows. Let's just get the... let's drop a mug, I guess. Then a Vinda and a bad penny, and just in case they can come in, Inky Gloom. Feels about right, doesn't it? Yeah. 1 comment. Oh, nice. You got your 2-player starters. Actually, some of the best decks I got in the Worlds Collide set came from my 2-player starters. So some people say, oh, starters don't do anything, but... What? Conquer, thanks for sharing the love. If anyone else wants to grab a subscription, Conquer just gifted some subs for everybody. I am going to... That puts Conquer in first place for gifting. Man, what am I gonna do here? Yeah, welcome to the Martian madness that is the Crystal Hive. I think I need to go dis. Let's drop Binding Irons. Let's go Harbinger of Doom, Scullion, and I'm gonna hit Bad Penny and threaten the board clear whenever I want. That is a disgusting board. So Woof. I'm gonna go dis. That seems right. I'm going to reap and reap. Do I bounce? Ooh, I think I bounce, actually. Yeah, let's clog their hand up. And I'm gonna discard Scullion and play Harbinger again. So for everyone that's lurking, if you don't have a current subscription to the Crystal Hive, I think there's 2 gifts that have been unclaimed. I can't see if they're unclaimed, but it doesn't look like anyone else has joined the subscription yet. So thank Kunker and click that button. And I'm gonna go with Shadows here, get a Brend out to threaten that steal. Not that it's gonna do much, and I'm actually going to end up just discarding Bad Penny at this point. Nefru. So anytime a creatures are destroyed, oh, damn, they're going for the win here. Should I just be that guy? I'm gonna go dis. I'm gonna play Imp Spectre, and then I'm gonna Obsidian Forge my Brend and my Imp Spectre. And end turn. Honestly, to be honest, I've only ever personally claimed a gift when someone ends up gifting. It'll pop a toaster up on the screen and say so-and-so has gifted X amount of subscriptions. And so you can claim it that way. I don't know how to actually go back. Well, so 8 amber and 4 creatures is... I didn't have 8 amber before I killed Brend. So I would have... I'm trying to do the math in my head here. I had 5. So I'm going to try and talk this out. So if I use Obsidian Forge, I've got, what, +6, so key cost 12. And then, so I hit those 4. Yeah, so I could have won. I wasn't doing the steal math in my head initially. So it's nice to know I could have won. Yeah, it is after they die, so the destroyed effect triggers first. I just wasn't counting that 3 in my math. I was just saying, no, I'm gonna be short, so I'll just kill those 2. But yes, I could have and should have, but didn't. Let me... see. I'm trying to do research for everyone that wants to see if they can grab one of the... Huh. I unfortunately can't see how to grab those claimed subscriptions. Because I know you can pointedly gift somebody a subscription. But is it just random if you just say, if you don't designate a specific person? So what happened was Kunker was awesome and gifted 3 subs, gave 1 to the Wild Wormhole, so that left 2 unclaimed. So would those 2 just be randomly distributed? I guess I can look and see who my new subscribers are. I can do that way. My insights. I'm gonna pop up my just chatting so you guys can't, in case some stuff pops up here. This would be a fun way to announce, surprise, you have a subscription. As of right now, those other 2 subscriptions are
Just
not claimed.
Do it! Make your dreams come true!
Just do it! Yeah, you can, so if it's not designated, so 2 were undesignated, I'm gonna have to do some research. I apologize, because I do not know that side of it. Okay. So, with Twitch deciding the lucky people, if you are in your Twitch app or Twitch desktop, however you're watching Twitch right now, you can click up, you should have in your notifications, if you were one of the recipients of the random gift, you'll get either a notification or a message. So look at your alerts in Twitch, and if you were one of the recipients, you should get it through there, and you can confirm through there. I just pulled it up as Goober was giving us the facts. We're gonna hop back over here. I am going to play another game with the snake deck. So I'm sitting at a 65% or just under 65% win rate with the snake, which is pretty damn good for a low SAS. Oops. We'll see if they abide by the 66 or below. One thing I do like about the Kote League is a lot of people are testing lower decks, so I'm able to, without much issue, play and test these lower strength decks against other people. So it's made it much easier to find low SAS rank decks to queue against. And this is a crappy start. What do they have? They've got Doorstep for Amber Control, double Miasma, double Oubliette. Oh, that's going to be rough. So I need to... Oh, I'm going to actually keep... Am I? No, I'm going to mulligan. Triple guessing myself here. And I'm going to start with my transporter platform. I didn't see any artifact hate initially. Oh, and they have a TMTP, so how is this a 63? I guess that Sanctum list is pretty rough. So I'm gonna go Shadows, drop a Hugger Mugger and a Simon. I'm trying to fish out those Oubliettes early, if they have them. Because Sensor Chief Garcia and Medic Ingram are going to be very big targets for those oubliettes. Let's see. Miasma and Throwing Stars. I don't want to give them any amber, so I'm going to go Dis, play Obsidian Forge, play Lilithal. I'm going to hold that 3 Fates right now. Let's go. I don't have any targets for walls yet. Or, oh boy. Let's go Star Lions. I have to. Let's go Garcia. Walls. Let's put an encounter suit on Garcia. That way it protects it against an oubliette. I'm actually going to put the upgrade on Lilithal. Why not? Let's just bounce Garcia again. I don't get any extra amber for it, but it's fun. That's why, okay? Doing here? Not having much luck right now. I've got 2 4s, so I'd lose Lilithal and then I could kill both of those. It's not going to help me with any amber control though. So I'm going to go Shadows. Let's Reap, drop an Inky Gloom, Selwyn, Rend, sure, because they'll have 3 after their key, and see what happens. Good old oubliette on Brend, good on them. I really really don't have a lot of stuff in my discard right now. Got an encounter suit I can pull back. I'm gonna go Dis. I'm gonna drop Scullion, kill Simon. And then I'm going to 3 Fates. Actually, sorry, did this wrong. So I'm not gonna 3 Fates right now because I totally messed myself up. Guess I'm just gonna sit there like that. Problem is, I'm chatting with people outside of stream, trying to coordinate some stuff today, and totally not paying attention while I'm playing. So we'll see how well this deck is able to adapt to me not paying attention. Anga, that actually is going to play well into my 3 Fates. Now, with the fact that they have too much to protect, I don't want to go over 6. So I'm trying to set up where anytime I'm in check, I'm in 6. And then they just miasma me, and I kind of have to adapt to it, is what's going to happen. So I've got 7, 7, 6. So that's a nice 3 Fates right there. Yeah, why not? Catch is I can get in the check if I go Star Alliance. So if I go Star Alliance, I'm going to play Garcia, drop Cloaking Dongle, and Reap. Go ahead and look for the encounter suit. Bounce that. I'm going to play encounter suit on Selwyn. I'm going to hold at 6 and keep these cards in hand because I don't want them to be out for an oubliette. And I also don't want to go too far, like I was just saying, above 6. So both miasmas are gone, so I don't need to worry about those. And they are in shadow, so there might be an oubliette here. They're using Skeleton Key to keep me off check. Okay. So I think now would be a good time for Dis. Let's go Dis. I'm going to fight and fight. Make them discard a card. So they lost Golgotha. Binding Irons. It's going to ward there. So I'm just trying to talk through all this because this has gotten a little wonky and I'm trying to play around a TMTP, which slows this deck down quite a bit. I need to go to at least 7 because of Skeleton Key. So I'm going to play 3 Fates and hit Scullion and then these 2. And that'll put me at 7. And I'm actually going to discard Hysteria. and sit at check at 7. So they could TMTP here, get 1, play a single creature, and then skeleton key it. Nope, they're going untamed. So they're not trying to, manage my amber right now. So I'm going to go blue. They do have a power 5 Dusk Witch, which sucks. And it's elusive, so my best bet is honestly just going to be a Hecatomb. But that's going to give them a key. Woof. It's going to give them a lot of amber, unfortunately. So I'm going to go Dis. I just have to do it. I'm going to Reap. They are elusive, so I'm going to fight just to have them discard a card. I'm going to play an Imp Spectre. I'm going to play a Harbinger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Don't even have anywhere near enough, so I'm going to play Hecatomb. And I'm at check at 7 of 6, so there's 6 of 6. And I have a nice Star Alliance here to set me up. And I hit their too much to protect with Imp Spectre, so now it's just balls to the wall, finish the game. I think they're saying they liked that play. I'm not quite sure. Maybe they liked their Dusk Witch, or they liked what I did. I said thank you anyway. So now I'm going to forge my yellow key. I'm going Star Alliance to drop Garcia. Pop some cloaking dongles on her. I'm going to put a quadricorder on Shal. I'm going to bounce Garcia. And then play the cloaking dongles on her again. And sit at 5 of 6. So the Oubliette, they had 1. So they've got the other Oubliette in hand. So there goes my Garcia. I can only play around that for so long before I handicap myself. And I'm able to get in the check here. So I'm going to go Shadows. Let's Mug, get that Amber off Shal. Let's Reap, Poison Wave, and Bad Penny. Check at 8 of 6. They have a turn. They have a doorstep, so they're probably going to doorstep here. Yep. Sigil. Got a few options. I can go Shadows, steal 1, 2 from Reap. I can go Star Alliance, which will get me 1, 2, 3 because of transporter platform plus some wards. I think I push for the win because they don't have much control and I don't want them to cycle through and get more control, so I'm going to go Star Alliance. Let's play Lay of the Land. Put Imp Spectre on the top. Let's go Medic Ingram to ward Bad Penny. Then Force Field on Ingram. Bounce her. Ingram out. She's going to ward herself and then put a Force Field on herself. Check at 8 of 6. So I've got Skeleton Key. What is Merkin's gonna do? To play Hysteria. I am glad I warded everything. Okay, they're gonna play Merkins again though. And then what do they get out of this one? Chief Engineer Walls. Okay. That was a funny Hysteria. I don't think they have anything left in the tank to be able to stop me on the key. That's why I wanted to push in the checkmate when I did. Because if I let them cycle, I've got to face a doorstep. I've got to face 2 miasmas, some other steal and capture things. So I needed the threatened end of game there in order to close it out. But I mean, see, I just love this deck. It's at almost 67% win rate now, 10-5. So I feel very comfortable with this deck. It's not the best. It can't beat all archetypes. Anything that's Amber Rush is going to kick its ass. But past that, it holds its own. So I think that's a really good deck to play. I am going to finish the stream here by playing a competitive queue. Just to finish the round. I'm going to go with, let's see what my win rates are. I don't need a super fast game, but I want a faster game. So I'm going to go with the Ambitious Baroness of Disrift. And after this game is when I'm going to do the raffle for the decks to finish out the stream. So 15-ish minutes and I'll be drawing some names. Deep Probe in my starting hand is a great start. What do they have for creatures? They've got 3 in Saurian. Excuse me, 7 in Sanctum and 4 in Dis. So Sanctum's always going to be my call for Deep Probe here. I think I'll start with what I've got. I'm gonna go Mars. I'm gonna Deep Probe that Sanctum. Completely whiff. They've got they've got Anguish and Infernus were their creatures. And they're gonna discard or hit my Deep Probe. That's fine. And there's Anguish. So I'm gonna go Mars. Well, what did they have in their hand? Potion of Vulnerability and So Salt are gonna be the only ones that stayed in hand, and those are Saurian and Sanctum. So let's just go Mars. Let's get this Zookeeper out. Let's get the Grabber Jammer. I'm gonna discard the Martian Hounds, and I'm gonna put a Jammer pack on Grabber Jammer. Make it a little bit more of a target than the Zookeeper. Let's see, Saurian, they do have Exile. They've got So Salt, so now I can't reap until the start of their turn. So that does shut down Uxlix. And I don't want them to go Dis, so I'm actually going to call Dis myself. I'm going to play Control the Weak, make them play Saurian. I'm going to drop a Snudge. And I'm going to hold that. Actually, I only have 2 Arises. I'm going to discard this Arise. It's too early to be holding that. And I draw the other one. Nice. So now I'm going to go Mars and start the fun. So I'm going to play John Smith, Marauder. Uxlix is going to reap and archive Shrix. Then Grabber Jammer is going to reap and end turn. Sanctum. They had what? 7 creatures? Okay. So they could drop a pretty big board here. Yep. So if I go Mars, I'm not going to take my archives because I don't want them to get Shrix back. We're just going to start tearing this board apart. So I'm going to Reap, grab Squire Alice. Marauder's going to Reap. Grabber Jammer's going to Reap. Drop another Grabber Jammer. John Smith's going to Reap, ready the Zookeeper, and Reap to grab Ardent Hero. Puts me at check 9 of 6. And I have 3 of their 7, 3, and 4, so 3 of their 14 creatures is just camping out in my archives. And as much as I want to play my Logos right now, abusing my Mars is probably my best bet. Yeah, there we go. So they just did the Assault, Spirit's Way. So now I probably will play my Logos. Yeah, let's go for Logos. No to the archives. Library access. Strange Gizmo. Then Mother. Then a Ganymede Archivist. And then a Twin Bolt Emission on Ardent Hero and Mother, because why not? Doc Bookton, Bat Drone, Positron Bolt. Oh, popped off there. Check key 2, 6 of 6. So unfortunately, if they let me forge, it is going to ruin my board. I do have an Arise, though, to grab what I want. Maybe. Depends on how they play their turn. realized I've been talking to nobody because my mic was off. So last 5-10 minutes, just radio silence. So, you know, good times. Good times. I'm a professional Keyforge streamer. Yay. That went faster than I thought. Yeah, I have not done that in a while. Usually I'll start talking and notice that my sound's not working, and I'll catch it pretty quickly. No, I was talking to myself for a good 5 minutes there. I love that deck. So the deck I was just playing is the Ambitious... Ooh, where'd it go? The Ambitious Baroness of Disrift. So this is a deck that was sent to me by Jupiter. And so Jupiter of Keyforge Premier League sent me this out of the kindness of his heart, because I was talking about how I don't have a competitive Mars deck. And well, you just saw how crazy that deck could be if my opponent didn't play that gateway. So classic streamer problems. In the interest of not pushing back the raffle any farther, and out of the interest of getting it done and over with, just so people get to see the raffle, and maybe ending stream a couple minutes early, let me get everything set up here and pull up everything that I need to, so we can find some winners. Raffle time! I wish I knew how to set up ahead of time like an actual automated raffle in the stream, but I'm just gonna do it. I'm doing it old school. Okay. Here we go! So I've got 105 people eligible for the raffle. So I'm just going into random.org, doing a random number generator. And if whoever wins is not currently on stream, not watching, not present in any sense, I'll reach out to everyone through Twitch, through Whispers. If they don't answer, I won't do it on live stream, but I'm going to give each person a week to reply. If they don't reply within a week, or they do and say, you know, no thanks, I don't want it, thanks for the offer, I'll redraw, and I'll just go until all 4 decks have been distributed to people who want them. So I'm not announcing what the deck is, I'm just announcing what the set is. And so the very first draw, we're just going to go in release order. So the first name is going to get a random Call of the Archons deck. All of these are unopened. No, if it's you, Mark, you're going to get this. Yeah. Fighting Walloon, if you actually win one, I'm going to laugh. But so, yeah, so without further ado, whatever. 105 names. First deck is going to be from Call of the Archons. So let's, and they're all numbered. Just going to scroll through so you can see there are 105 names here. There we go. From number 1 to 105. So I'm generate. Number 55 is Compacta D. I'm going to write Call of the Archons. Is Compacta D watching? I'm going to give each person a couple seconds. Compacta D, you win. Call of the Archons deck. Drum roll. Yeah, right? we were totally hating on lands, and there goes Compacta D. And it's a Call of the Archons deck, so hopefully the random one I pull from my collection is not a lands deck. Doesn't work anywhere near the same, but it would be serendipitous. Okay, so now Age of the Ascension. Drum roll.
Just do it! Make your dreams come true!
Number 67 for Age of Ascension is Hallow Fiction. You win, Hallow Fiction. know why I keep scrolling. I can stay where I'm at. Worlds Collide. Is it really loud? Do I need to turn it down? Or is it fine how loud it is? I can adjust the sounds, and they're so different because they come from different services.
Do it! Make your dreams come true!
Because I want it to be loud, but I don't want it to blow people's ears out. So as long as it's not blowing people's ears out, I'm fine. Like a little like, oh shit, what was that? That's fine with me. Deck 3, we're going Worlds Collide. So the introduction of dinosaurs and space people. Toasty! So let's go with number 83, which is Kogi D. However you say that. Kogid D. Heron. I am so sorry I butchered that name, but you've won a Worlds Collide deck. And last but not least, we're going for
do it! Make your dreams come true!
I'm so glad I added those sound alerts. It makes my stream every time. I added this new sound for Champions Challenge. Let's see if this works. New challenger has arrived. Alright. Alright, sorry, last but not least, we are looking at Mass Mutation. So the introduction of enhanced cards. Number 23. Oh, where is it? Eozane. You have won a Mass Mutation deck. Sweet. Man, there's no Mark, no Mortivus, no Fighting Walloon. Right, yeah, you're right here. Almost gotcha. Let's say the newer followers and subscribers are all toward the top, so as the numbers are smaller, it was the newer people. Eozane's your real life friend. All right. Well, you got to let them know that expect a message from me that they won a Mass Mutation deck from my collection. So huge thank you to everyone that helped me get to the 100 followers / subscribers mark. In total, I think I'm at 115-ish, which is awesome. So aiming for the 200 mark next. Probably do another giveaway of some sort. Maybe one of my Keyforge playmats, maybe? Just raffle off one of those. But thank you everyone for tuning in. I had a lot of fun as always. Really narrowed in my 66 SAS deck. So on to the 68s next week. And without further ado, I'm going to end stream a few minutes early. Got some errands to run with Goober. But I will be back on Friday for Champions Challenge night. And come ready with your best ideas for great decks, wonky deck ideas, all kinds of shit. I will see everyone in a little less than a week. And when it comes to Keyforge, remember, when in doubt, reap it out. Take care.